What's going on, everybody? Non here, and yeah, little cranky tonight. Still not feeling well. So I'm gonna throw a little bit of shade tonight. So there have been a ton of videos just on my feed today on YouTube of people just talking about how Destined Rivals is crashing, and is it bullshit or not looking so good. Nostalgianomics, every video he has is, hey, you're dumb enough to watch it. And the content's generally good, but the thumbnails just drive me nuts. Let's see. All Team Rockets, that's good. Overhype. Um, there were some other ones where it's like, here we go. Dr. Applesauce did one. It's like pre-release prices plummeting. Twice Baked Jake had one. It says pre-release prices plummeting or something like that. Let me filter on upload date because I don't know how many views half of these videos get. Here you go. Tank. Is it tanking? And I watched the first 2 minutes, and it's like, well, pre-releases started at $500, and it's now at $300. So these are tanking. Like, these are the dumbest videos I've ever seen. It's so not like it's the same shit over and over. Pre-order price drop. The pre-order prices didn't drop twice, Baked Jake. They actually went from $275 to $320. But if you looked at fucking TCGPlayer for 5 seconds before you made your video, you know that. Anyway, let's go to the facts. So, what we saw with Destined Rivals journey together, and you can hear my voice. It's pretty dead at this point. So, this is your pre-release period at $200, which $200 is the highest that any box has been in pre-release since the 60% through the Sword and Shield era. Obviously excluding Prismatic Evolutions, which didn't have booster boxes. But you can see the hype build as we get toward release. You're at 242, whatever. So for one day it spiked, and the average sale price was $275. Now, if some poor schmuck paid $299 pre-release price, it doesn't mean anything because in TCGPlayer, if you place a pre-order, you can request a cancellation, and the pre-order store has to honor the cancellation. They can't screw you. They can block you if they want, but why would you block somebody who pre-ordered something at $299 when they shouldn't have? I mean, most of these stores should welcome those orders. But I digress. So anyway, getting back to the stupidity. So, here we sold off a little bit, and look, this is the non-enhanced because this was the only booster box that was listed forever here because I think TCG did a really poor job of organizing between the two, and Pokemon did as well because they just confused the shit out of everybody. So now you have a booster box. It's $225, $220, I think, plus tax on the enhanced version. No boxes come out at this price in a very long time. So people talking about this crashing, this is up huge. And even if we go to the original pre-release at $212, very rarely are boxes above this price point when it comes to release date. It just doesn't. It didn't even happen for Surging Sparks until a couple weeks later. So let's go to Destined Rivals, and let's see what all the Timmies with YouTube channels are crying about. So, yes, the set opened at an unreasonable, insane price that nobody's ever going to transact at. Because again, as I mentioned on TCGPlayer, the buyer can cancel their pre-order at any point in time with no recourse. There's no funds that transact until the package is delivered. It is in the T's and C's of being able to pre-sale product on TCGPlayer. You need brick and mortar. You need over like 99.8% positive feedback or something like that. As you can see right here, here's 99.8. And you need 300 sales in the last 90 days. And you have to be willing to cancel at anybody's whim. So all of these prices don't mean a goddamn thing. And everybody seems to just ignore the fact that they're not real. Nobody is going to transact on this unless they're not paying attention. Look, this is the Pokemon world. People generally think they're toys. That's why they're paying $350 for a booster box. But anyway, so we went down to 275, 276. And this was the period. Let me get the mouse off here. There's a lot of sales, but there were no spoilers because the SIR and the IR spoilers didn't come out until Wednesday. So they came out on the 15th. And guess what happened on the 15th? Holy shit. The boxes went back up to $320, which is the high watermark for any set that we've seen in a very long time. Journey Together didn't get there. Surging Sparks didn't get there. None of the SV sets ever got there. So you go back to these fucking poor schmucks, and this annoys the shit out of me. Pre-order prices drop to all-time highs, dude. Like, it's so misleading, and it's just, it's idiotic. And quite honestly, like, the only reason I'm bashing people is because, quite honestly, I saw too many of these today with the same fucking thumbnail, the same bullshit. And it's like, well, is it too late to buy? Is it too early? Blah, 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 blah. Here we go. Vapor Self. Where will the prices go? Will they go up? And he probably did 3 videos later that day. They're probably going to go down. And then one today, they're probably going to go up. And it's just like, it's insane. The boxes are going to stay elevated because people want the set. The supply of the set is not materially different than what it was with Journey Together at this point in time. Now, that doesn't mean they reprint it again in 3 months or 6 months and dump a ton of product on the market. But let's be honest with ourselves. These boxes are $320 fucking dollars. It's not like they opened at $220 and they're below Journey Together. This is an all-time high for a booster box release for a very, very long time. So people saying that, well, pre-release prices are tanking, they didn't spend 3 seconds looking at any of the facts. They're just yapping their mouths, so hopefully idiots watch the channels, and then they talk to their friends about all the misinformation, and yeah, quite honestly, it's garbage content. But anyway, guys, the boxes are pre-selling at $319, which again doesn't mean a goddamn thing, because the set doesn't come out for another 45 days. Now we've seen pre-release prices, like early prices for the Japanese versions of the SIRs, and they're priced exactly where I would have expected them to price. You know, they're a little toppy. But I think the video I did the other night on, the set in English is going to have a $2,000 set value, which means the box price point should be between $300 and $350 based on that. And it's just going to be what it's going to be. And if you don't like it, there's Yu-Gi-Oh! There's Digimon. There's a lot of games with cheap cards. This is not going to be the set for you because it's going to be frustrating as hell to get cheap cards and cheap packs. So anyway, guys, not feeling well, venting a little bit because there's just so much dog shit garbage content right now for Pokemon. It just makes my brain cry. So like the video, dislike the video, don't give a shit. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll talk soon.